Hey there, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moon Directed. Here we work with energy to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. This week, we're going to cover the sun sign season of Aries. So this will be from March 23rd, which is, I'm a little late on the season, to April 18th. And then I'm going to bonus you. I'm going to cover the full moon that's happening on Sunday, March 28th at 2:48 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the U.S. So adjust your time accordingly. I'm going to ask you please to go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Analytics on YouTube are very challenging, and it really helps my channel and every YouTube channel that you watch to hit the thumbs up. But also, it creates a energetic connection. And so when you leave a comment or you get a bonus. If you leave a comment or you when you hit the like button, you create more energetic pathways. And so you're more likely to get readings that resonate for you, not just with my channel, but with any of the tarot readers that you listen to. So Aquarius, your overall energy for this month is the avocado dragon, which is patience. I'm using the garden dragons, the field guide to the garden dragon deck. I love it. They're so freaking cute. Let's get into it. All right, so let's get into what's going on. You have 2 outcome cards, so I'm really curious to see where we're going to go with that. And let's see if we can't pick up what's happening here. So if you've never been here before, this is thoughts, feelings, actions, past, present, future. The center card is the key to the situation. I did assign a Lenormand dex to each of the houses, to each of the positions for a little bit more depth. Ooh, okay. So in the center, in the heart space, you have the coffee dragon energy. I am just like, okay, so you need to have patience, but the key is energy. So I'm going to guess that you're feeling a little tired, a little exhausted, a little like, I got to get things going, but I can't really seem to make anything happen. And I'm right there with you. That's how I've been feeling. If it makes you feel any better, Mercury is in Pisces, and Mercury in Pisces is like kind of like a retrograde feeling. It's very hard to gather your thoughts, right? Because Mercury is about the energy of communication, and you being a communicating sign. This is kind of a pulling down energy for you to be able to get things. What I'm seeing is a car spinning its wheels. Like, it's hard. You're kind of going to need some kind of a push. I do want to caution against going over caffeinated, only because the more clear-headed you are, the easier it is in the long run. I say that as a complete caffeine junkie. So no judgment, just telling you what Spirit said. I think they might have been talking to me. Okay, so in the recent past, in the area of where you've been thinking, what have you been putting a lot of thoughts on, we have the garlic dragon, which is about boundaries. So where are the safe, healthy boundaries in your life? Where is it safe to place them? How to place them in a way that's manageable, so that you can feel safe and secure. But, this is so nice. So your area, the way you're going to transform your life, that you have the radish dragon, which is about growth. So you're going to transform your life through growing, through changing, through, okay, so this patience, it's kind of like the asparagus. You plant that, and it takes 2 years until you start getting asparagus that comes up, or the bamboo takes 5 years. There's this need to allow the roots to establish and to gather enough energy, to gather their energy here in the center, right? So that's like in the heart space, gathering enough energy in order to sprout up and to have the growth. So it feels as though that there's been something you've been trying to be patient about, but the growth will come. There's a need to still kind of gather in your energy to get there. In the area of your thoughts in the future, and where is the abundance? And you have grace. So being in grace, this is divine energy flowing to you. It's the cherry dragon. This is when you're in flow with grace. grace is something you give and you receive. Grace is like non-judgmental energy. So you don't judge yourself. You don't judge the situation. You don't judge the people. Their actions are just, everybody working through their stuff. But instead, you allow yourself to have grace, have patience for the situation, allow for things to change on divine timing. I'm hearing divine timing. But also, I want you to not judge yourself. I feel like that's the most important thing. We are the harshest critics of ourselves. And when other people judge us, it only stings when it triggers something that we already think about ourselves. If we don't think that about ourselves, it's like, oh, okay, whatever. Are you still somebody who thinks it's funny to be mean to people? Okay. Like just you let it go. It's not, other people's thoughts and opinions have nothing to do with you. It's them working through their own crap. So have grace for yourself, have grace for the situation, be patient with the growth as it happens so that you can allow for things to transition in the way that they need to. But the transition is coming because you have growth in the area of transition, even though you've been dealing with boundaries. So, this is beautiful. You are being asked to follow your passion. Follow your passion. So what is it that you want to create? Where is it that you want to grow something? Is it a business opportunity? Is it an actual artistic endeavor? Because it says creative wonderment. Is it a book? Is it a relationship? All these things are acts of creation. Anything that you put energy into that has growth in it, could be a literal garden, right? Anything that you put energy into and you have the expectation of something growing from it, that's a creative endeavor. And the whole purpose we're here, right, is to grow our souls through creating, through learning and creating. And every time we create something, we learn something. And creation happens through the heart space. Follow your passion, right? So oftentimes I find with air signs that they're working through the head space and they're trying to look at the numbers and see. And while sacred geometry is definitely a language tool, analyzing things, numbers are tools that they're the energy. They're the energy. But it isn't, what did I hear somebody say recently? I think it was Nicholas Ashpump. I can't swear that was him. He said that that love is the currency of the universe, but math is the energy. And so, yes, we have energy here in the center. And so being logical has its place, but it can't override the passion, the love, the growth that has to happen in the heart space. That is where you follow your heart. That is how you change things and you create things and you love yourself. And then from there you can love others. So in the heart space, in the area of anxiety and concerns, you have the carrot dragon, which is called observe. If you've been again, having observe in the heart space feels very air energy to me. It's like, I'm going to watch your social media and see what I think. I'm going to stalk you on Facebook and see what I think. I'm going to observe how you act in certain situations and see what I think. Well, what you think isn't how you feel. Two different things. And so if you're trying to grow a relationship, if you're trying to decide if this is a career path that works for you, you can only do so much by looking at it analytically. At some point, you have to put energy into the situation, jump in, splash around a little, and decide if it's something that resonates with your heart, that makes you feel wonder, and that brings up the passion in you. In the heart space, you have goals. I'm still here. I'm just thinking and listening. Love is not by the numbers. We paint by the numbers. But to truly create something, you don't use paint by the numbers. You just get out the brush and you start splashing paint around and see where it goes. And if you need it to be an exact replica of something else, and you don't color outside the lines and you don't try something new, then what happens is you get what you always got. And that's insanity. Because if what you had before was so great, you'd still be there. And having goals around the heart space is like having a paint by number set. When what you really need is finger paints. Wow. Spirit bringing it. All right. So in the recent past, in the area of the mountain, we have the cranberry dragon. Prosperity. You have been feeling like you cannot prosper in whatever this is. Now, again, this doesn't necessarily mean a romantic relationship, but there is a need for creativity. And you're being blocked from creativity because you aren't willing to paint outside the lines. What kind of guidance do we have for you in the heart space? Okay, so you have the hydrangea and the lilac, and the thing about both of these plants is that they have a lot of little flowers that make up the flower that you see, right? And so the hydrangea says focus on wholeness above and below, but it's the same kind of colors, right? It's this blue. But focus on the wholeness above and below. This is the transformation through the growth. There is a need to grow your energy beneath the surface, to do the transformation beneath the surface in order to have the energy to produce the flowers, to grow. And then we have the lilac. The future is sometimes lost in the wanderings of yesterday. Oh, gosh. Doing what you did before, the way you did it before, will produce the same results. And worrying too much about analyzing to the detail of what happened to figure it out can be very blocking to the creativity. You have the snowdrop. Super cute card. Oh, you can't see these cards in this light. It says, tomorrow brings the illumination of your hopes. That's the growth. That's the grace. That's the opportunity. The snowdrop is literally the first flower that pushes up through the snow, right? I mean, they're so beautiful. They're, especially when you plant them in clusters, right? And then they peak up and you're like, oh my God, the first sign of spring. So I feel like this growth has been happening in the winter of your soul. Like you've been going through a hard time and gathering the energy in the roots of your heart space, right? In order to have the growth. The goal would be to bear fruit. But over analyzing a situation instead of splashing around in the creativity energy is going to be a blockage to this. And so, yes, the action step to take is the grape jelly dragon childlike. It is finger painting, not paint by the numbers. It is being willing to try something new, do something in a different way. It's the same colors. It's a different way of applying the paint. It is one that is filled with joy and creativity and excitement. And I don't know what this is going to look like when I'm done. But I want to put some paint over here and I want to put some paint over there. Okay. Wow. All right. So the first card that came out was the squash dragon. And the squash dragon says opinions. And when I see opinions, The only opinion that matters is yours. What other people think or feel have nothing to do, should have nothing to do with you. It is, everybody's working through their own crap. And it should not have anything to do with you. You focus on what brings you the joy, what brings your passion. It doesn't have to look like the box that the paint by numbers came in. It has to look like what makes your soul celebrate. You have the strawberry dragon. It says celebration. What is going to make you feel super happy and excited? I mean, honestly, if you have a choice between squash for dinner or strawberries for dinner, I don't know about you, but I'm going for the strawberries and cream, right? I mean, you kind of have a choice. I feel like there's a choice here. You have a choice to do paint by numbers or to do finger painting. Your choice. Wow, Aquarius, I feel like, There you go. Figures. All right. Four of Cups. I'm going to push this up really close and I want you to look at it. In front of her are the cups filled with colors. She's bored looking at them. The cup that she's not paying attention to, the whole rainbow, all being mixed and splashed together. There is no paint by numbers going on here. This is the action to take. Be willing to try something a little bit different. Take a risk. Play in your creativity. Allow yourself to feel the joy of doing something different just because, well, Aquarius, my goodness, you guys love to do things differently. There's something going on where it is time to be your creative best. And by best, I don't mean perfect. I mean willing to do what brings joy and happiness by being uniquely you. Aquarius, you guys have been kind of, all that energy that was going on in Capricorn was just so much pressure to paint by the numbers, to not color outside the line. And every Aquarius I know likes to march to the beat of their own drum. They like to write their own music. And you are being encouraged to do that, to get out there, be creative, be yourself. You are unique. You are beautiful. You are special. You have all of this beautiful way of looking at things, of doing things differently. And so allow yourself to dive in and do that. Be you. There is nothing more beautiful than you and your very unique perspective, your very unique way of looking at things, you knowing who you are and going for it every time. And to heck with what other people think. You go out there and celebrate life your way, be who you are, and shine. Just shine, because wow. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the that full moon that is happening in Libra. And for you, the full moon in Libra is your 9th house of connection to spirit, of long distance travel, of wisdom that's gained through studying. And you're being asked to really connect with spirit. So make a difference. My inner light shines far and wide. The world needs you to splash the paint around. We really need it. See the star? That is the major arcana for Aquarius. We need you to get out there and remind us that life can be a lot of fun when we play with all the colors of the rainbow. God, we really need that. And nobody can do this better than you. And the world needs you right now. And I know that there's been a lot of pushing down on you from all that Saturnian energy, and now Saturn has moved into your sign. But when Saturn is in Aquarius, it says, okay, yeah, there's boundaries, but they're not like the Capricornian boundaries. They're more like the let's break through the boundaries of limited thinking. That's where you excel. So follow your intuition. You have the deep knowing, that inner wisdom, that inner guidance. You know. Trust who you are and go have some fun again. And I think have patience with the world if they don't understand you. They're going to catch up. And in the meantime, you go have fun. But don't overanalyze things. Do not overanalyze. Go and I feel like Saturn taught you guys when it was up in Capricorn to be analytical and be all within the boundaries, and let's keep everything, orderly and tidy. And I think you guys need a little messy right now. The world needs you to be a little messy. Oh, you have one. What did you get? The dragonfly. Here you go. Old soul, insight, and talent. A higher truth guides me to live with freedom and grace. Listen to you, not to the opinions of others. Go out there and celebrate the life that you want to live. I really hate that card is there. So much do I hate that. I have no problem with goals. I am very Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn rising. I think goals are important. Believe me. I'm a big fan of them. I think if you have a goal in the heart space, you need to make this the goal to be creative, to be you, to follow your passion. And if that is your goal and it's not about analyzing, that's great. I'm a little concerned because we had the observer here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be so worried about this. So put your energy into creating the life that you want to live in the way that you want to live it. So it is a good time to look at your goals, prioritize activities based on time needed, take on the longer tasks first. If you have some kind of a creative project that you are trying to put together, and so with the patience showing up here, maybe there is a need for you to break it down and say, okay, but here's the parts I don't want to do, so I'm going to do those first so I can get to the fun. And maybe that's why you're sitting here going, I got all this crap I have to do so I can get to the good stuff. And that might be the case, although the advice is to be childlike, right? To have some fun. Blueberry reminds us that we must focus on our energies in order to make things happen. When we have a large project at hand, write down the steps, make a timeline, then carefully calculate each part of the journey toward the end goal. Plan your work, then work your plan. If this is about a creative work project, I'm all about this. If this is about a relationship, a love relationship, I really hate this. So whatever it is for you. But the blueberry, again, they're talking about breaking things down into parts. The hydrangeas in parts, the lilies in parts. And so for those of you that this has to do with some kind of creative project, maybe you're putting together a book or something like that, a new website or something. Okay, so, and it's a passion that you're following, fabulous. Then I'm all about that. If this is a love relationship, I really hate that. Just saying, in matters of the heart should rule, not the head. Okay, so give yourself time to grow into your purpose. The later phases in your life will feel more grace-filled and empowered than the earlier, more frustrating phases of your life. So again, doing the crap first so you can get to the fun might be beneficial. Over time, you can develop your abilities and become a standout talent in your field. Be patient and apply yourself, because in due course, outstanding skillfulness will come from your efforts. Rely on your higher self and trust your inner vision, even when it differs from your usual way of approaching life. Give yourself permission to change direction whenever it is needed so that you can stay true to your life path. So, if this is a project that you're putting together and you usually are like, well, I'm just going to jump in and do it whatever way and whatever, then try being childlike. Try being a little more organized. If what you usually do is be really organized, try be a little childlike. Kind of switch it up and see what you can do. But whatever you're doing, it's important, and your light is going to shine. And so with this full moon happening in your sign, I think it's really got a lot to do with you being willing to release the limitations that you have placed on yourself. To let yourself go and pursue this creative passion. Because it's going to make a difference. Not just in your life. It doesn't feel like just in your life. Oh, Spirit is long-winded today. I really wanted to do shorter readings. Okay, let's get you a crystal card. You have the garnet. Okay, I think for you guys, the majority of you, this is definitely about work. In which case, I'm much better with that goals being in the heart space, because you have the garnet, and that garnet is a very work oriented. In fact, it is the Capricorn season. It's January's birthstone, but I stay focused on the task at hand. So for some of you, if you're an Aquarius born in January, this would be your birthstone. I stay focused on the task at hand and accomplish my goals with creativity and determination. So if this is some kind of a creative project that you are working on, you are being very supported in that direction. So Spirit likes to say with the garnet card, stop procrastinating, increase self-motivation, maintain focus, determination, and success, stay grounded and focused, and walk the path to creative success. It's so odd to me to put goals and focus and determination with creative success, but they are being really poured into this reading, and so there you go. The other one you have is the orbicular jasper, as in an orb. The round jasper. My life glides forward with ease. I am mindful. I think and act with positive energy. So remember, your energy is the key to the situation, where you maintain that. Unlimited possibilities. Relax into the flow of a happy life. What goes around comes around. Attract goodness and love. Whatever this creative project is, it looks great. The only caution is, again, if this is about a love relationship, open up your heart a little more to throwing the pain around. All right, you guys have a great week, month, actually. I will see you back here in 2 weeks, though, for the mid-month, and I'm hoping to have out next week the weekly. Didn't happen this week. Hoping it happens next week. Got a lot going on in my life. All right, you guys take good care. I will chat with you soon.